Hey guys, I was messing around with some paracord the other day and ended up figuring out that you could use one of these multiple overhand slip knots. If you don't know how to tie one of these, I'm going to show you in a minute, but you can also check out this video. Which is where I learned how to tie it, so thanks to that guy that posted it. Anyway, what I did was I figured out that you could take this, just this simple multiple overhand slip knot, make a loop with it, and tighten the lanyard down, or the tether down real easy, just by grabbing this and kind of twisting your arm one way, and then taking it off is just the opposite. You grab the knot and you twist your arm the other direction and it comes apart. So that's really nifty. But then I also noticed while watching Micbergsma's, I always have trouble pronouncing his YouTube username, Micbergsma, mentions that he uses the big Kahuna style leash, which has this small string that's that you're able to loop into the GoPro, and then the bigger loop which you're able to mount or loop onto your mount. And I thought, gosh, that'd be really easy to make. So I just took this black string that GoPro gives you with the Floaty backdoor as a tether. I mean, you could use any small black string. The point is that it needs to be really small in diameter so that it fits into this little spot on the GoPro Hero 3 and Hero 3 Plus cases. I'm not sure how well this would work with the GoPro 4. This is kind of the key here. It has this little gap on the back door hinge where the bar is exposed, and you can actually take this black piece right here, kind of pinch it together so it's nice and small, and just run it through that. Pull it out, and then you can run the rest of the tether through it, and there you go. Then your GoPro's tethered, and you've also got this larger loop which you can use to tether your mount. And then to tighten it, you just grab the knot and pull the string. Then you got double protection because your mount is tethered, and if the mount breaks, your GoPro's protected with that loop right there. So anyway, it's very simple to make. Like I said, you just use the little black string that GoPro gives you with the floaty backdoor as a little mount. I cut it in half and made 2 loops because it really doesn't need to be as long as they give you for this particular project. And some paracord. This piece is about 33 inches long. I don't really measure, but if you make it about 36 inches long, you'll end up with a tether that's around a foot to a foot and a half, depending on how conservative you are with the string at the end of it. You'll see what I mean in a second. Anyway, to start this, what you do is you just take pretty significant amount of string, make a loop, pinch it on one end, and take your loose end, and you're going to run it under and over, under and over, under and over. So you do that 3 times. So you end up with these 3 loops. Then you take the loose end and run it back through all 3 of those loops. And I grab the loose end and then the paracord there and start pulling it back together, or start tightening it. So then you end up, you don't want to do it too tight at this point, because this is where you actually weave the smaller string through the knot. So you just stick it in the one side, the first loop, kind of pull it through, go over, the second loop. And then go underneath the third loop. Like that. And then you can tighten down the knot. I usually grab here and pull on the loop side of the knot, because then you're not pulling this out and wasting some of the paracord. Now if you want it really super tight, which I do, I usually bite down on this end and then grab this and really yank on it. It gets super tight. Like that. Then you can just take the black loop, kind of pull it through, so that you're using all of that loop. And then what's great about this is really, really strong. It's not going to come out. Then the other end, you're going to do the exact same knot, but you're not going to bother with one of those little black tethers, because it's not necessary. You only need it on the one end to tether the GoPro. That's how it works. So at this point, really it's done, but because I like giving things more of a finished look, I take this extra piece, or this extra bit of paracord, and I cut it off real short, so it's like about like that long. And then just take a lighter, melt it, and try not to burn yourself, but melt it down, and then just press it down into the fibers, kind of doing that motion, just like that. Do that on both ends. Be real careful not to melt this bit into the string or the paracord, because then it wouldn't move and it wouldn't be useful. So that's about it. Hope this is helpful, guys. Thanks.